Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. Thanks for watching us today. My name is Rich Tehrani. On our program is Dennis Gatens, who is the Director of Strategy at ADTRAN. Dennis, how are you?
Good to be here, and good morning, Rich.
Good morning to you. We're in Norwalk, Connecticut, our TMC's headquarters, for those people that aren't aware, and I appreciate you coming up to talk with us.
Glad to.
So you recently had some solid earnings. I think it was July, right, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, just another excellent report on performance, and it really shows that ADTRAN is closely aligned with the market and our customer base, and what we consider their strategic services, and delivering products in the broadband domain, the optical domain, and the internetworking domain, solutions that are very nicely aligned with their strategies and the value they need to bring to their customers in terms of the performance and the flexibility of solutions.
So in terms of the different parts of the world, are you seeing different growth patterns emerging?
Yeah, certainly, particularly in the enterprise space. There's SIP trunking, for example, has had very aggressive growth in the U.S., but not only in the U.S., but also in the EMEA region. So there's a lot of focus for SIP trunking-based services in EMEA that our platforms fit very nicely into those types of services, and so it's another opportunity for us to take our value proposition that in the U.S. is very well recognized and very well received, and deliver the same solutions and create the same market presence and penetration really throughout the world, and EMEA being certainly an area of focus.
Now, last night, Cisco came out with earnings that were shy of expectations. Actually, the top line was shy of expectations, and there was quite a bit of negativity in the analyst community because of those results. And I was wondering, how do you contrast your numbers to what Cisco reported?
Well, I would say it really comes back to ADTRAN, the core competencies and what really ADTRAN is built on and has been built on for all these many years, which is outstanding engineering and close alignment with our customers, really understanding our customers' needs, their strategies, and how they can be more competitive in the market and deliver a greater value to their customer. I think ADTRAN on those two key points does extremely well, and I think it's been proven. If you look quarter over quarter, our performance in the recent past is just outstanding. Again, in those areas of strategic services, we're listening, we're building solutions, we're meeting their expectations, we're not overcommitting. We try to over-deliver, if you will, versus overcommit, and our customers respect us for that, and they see us as key partners, a key partner in their strategies, and I think that's key to our success.
So you're saying that there's some flexibility there that your company has, that you're working with customers more closely, and potentially some of the larger players are not able to do that.
Absolutely. I think we experienced that time and time again where ADTRAN is recognized, not necessarily publicly, but in conversation and with our carrier customers, where they say, "You guys delivered. You helped us solve a problem. You brought us. You were there when others were not." And that's another key point. I think the market sees ADTRAN as not that Cisco is going away tomorrow or anything like that, but the ADTRAN is clearly seen as a long-term, very stable, very reliable solution partner in the marketplace.
And beyond that, you also have more of a focus on price performance than some of the larger companies.
Well, yes, we like to look at it from a total cost of ownership perspective, and that's an overused term. I readily admit that, but you can articulate a message that in the end brings total cost of ownership advantage, from the capital investment for delivering the services to the long-term operational expenses associated with a platform in the network to the ability to for a platform to evolve as service needs evolve to the business customer. In other words, the life cycle of that platform. If you extend the life cycle of a platform in a customer premise, be it a business or an enterprise, there's a lot of value to a carrier
Sure.
customer. Not only that it remains in the network longer, but if you continue to evolve the performance and the features on that platform to meet the customer's needs, that's real total cost of ownership advantage. So that's how we look at it. We try not to dwell on price. We dwell on the overall value that we bring to the carrier customer.
Now, there's a recent white paper I heard about on router performance, and I was wondering if you could touch on that a little bit.
Certainly, and great example of our value, and that routers, you can pump bits and bytes through routers all day long, and the performance looks great. But that's not how a small business or an enterprise uses a router. There's additional services running on that platform and able to support the operation of that business. VPN, security features, stateful firewall. When you begin to enable those features and the router performance falls over, the carrier disappoints that customer. If you maintain the router performance and maintain that expectation of low latency services, data services, for example, you're meeting that customer's needs as a business and enterprise. Our white paper brings that out very clearly, that when you deliver a router to a business, you need to deliver it so that it meets their needs and performs while it meets their needs. And we simply outperform when you, under the scenario where you're delivering VPN services or you're delivering security features. And that's key to the value proposition that a carrier brings to an enterprise or business customer.
But from a competitive standpoint, let's go over how's that possible? Is it more processors? Is it multi-core? Is it a higher frequency, better engineering? I mean, that would be more of an overarching.
It's in the engineering, and it's in the operating system and the efficiency of the operating system, the maturity of the operating system, its stability. It's in the expertise that is developing the features in code and making sure you're writing it's efficient code and it's well tested. And it's in the hardware architecture. It's in the solution architecture to ensure that you're designing to meet the performance requirements that are real world performance requirements. And it's not, again, bits and bytes to in and out on a router. It's under a scenario of service and features that are required by the business and the enterprise.
Is the fact that your company has not been very acquisitive, I'm not sure if I made up a word or not, but you haven't made many acquisitions in the last 5 years that I can remember, maybe in the last 10 years. I just don't remember many. I don't remember any, but there may have been a few. As opposed to some of the others in this space, does that assist in that you've got a single code base that can run across multiple product lines and that you're not dealing with managing tons of legacy hardware, software, different processors, different architectures? Does that help at all?
Well, that's part of it. We have made some acquisitions over the period of time, 5 years, that have been very successful in terms of our overall strategy. And we do, AOS, or ADTRAN operating system, is fundamental to the NetVana portfolio, across the portfolio. And so we do, as we bring other platforms into the portfolio through the acquisitions that we have made, we assimilate their operating systems into the AOS as best we can. Sometimes it can be a rip and replace, as you can imagine.
But you haven't made as many as many of the others.
Well, certainly not.
Right?
But no, we haven't. But and it has allowed us to expand the portfolio organically, all based on AOS, and that's a key differentiator for us in the marketplace. That, for example, when a router is deployed versus an IP business gateway versus a managed Ethernet switch, it's the same operating system. Sure. It's the same management interface. If you're trained on one platform, your technicians in the carrier are trained on one platform, there's a lot of reuse of what they've learned on the router as they move to an IP business gateway, which is
the holy grail of every company that makes acquisitions and has lots of product lines.
That's right.
That's That's great. So what's next? Final question.
What's next? I would say it's continue to expand the portfolio so that it continues to bring greater flexibility to the carrier customer, to continue to meet the ever-increasing performance requirements, bandwidth, for example, to continue to incorporate emerging technologies as they evolve from technology to meeting the business case fundamentals to be deployed. And just we and continue our focus, engineer and listen and partner with our customers.
That's great. Thanks for being on the program today.
Well,
This
thank
was
you.
wonderful to spend a few minutes talking about what you guys are up to.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it.